how much has been borrowed in Oyo State. We know how much has been borrowed in Lagos State now. Lagos is the biggest economy in Nigeria. More than 70 billion naira has been borrowed. America, the biggest economy in the world, they are still borrowing. China is borrowing. Federal government is borrowing.
Yeah.
If you want to do, look, when you are talking about borrowing, you have to look at the listing for the borrowing. Is it for current expenditure or recurrent expenditure? Or is it for capital expenditure? And all this money we are talking about is for infrastructural expansion in the states.
It's indeed a great pleasure to have you join us on this special, exclusive interview with a very formidable politician in Oyo State and in Nigeria, especially as we have an issue that is raging in Oyo State, and it has to do with the recent approval of a 300 billion naira loan request by the Oyo State government to the State House of Assembly, which was approved, and this has got tongue swagging. And we have allegation from one of the honorable members of the Oyo State House of Assembly, Honorable Shitu of Shaki West constituency, who raised the alarm that this approval was done without due process, already done without the involvement of virtually all the honorable members of the Oyo State House of Assembly. The intention of the government as to the spending or what this loan is meant for is also, to some mind, controversial. But we have joining us today for this exclusive interview on Honor 103.5 FM and Honor Television, the Honorable Majority Leader of the Oyo State House of Assembly, Honorable Sojo Adedoyin. Honorable Sojo Adedoyin, you're welcome.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Hello, good morning.
It's good to have you in our studios. Well, let's quickly look at the concept of legislation, robust legislation and representatives of the people, and vis-a-vis the need for collaboration amongst the organs of government, that is the executive, the legislature, and judiciary. For Oyo State specifically, to your mind, have you really been so diligent in delivery of legislative functions to the people as outlined by the law, and having a robust relationship with the other organs of government in Oyo State?
Robust relationship. And that is what some people don't want to hear. Some people are expecting us to be exchanging chairs, to be standing as a cup in the well in the hand of the executive. Honorably, I should rightly submitted. The intention of the people of Oyo State who voted on me is to have a robust relationship with the executive in order to bring an overall development to the people of Oyo State, to the entire area of Oyo State. And that has been what has been happening since the inception of this administration. Thank God the ruling party has an overwhelming majority in the House, which has been assisting to establish a cordial and mutual relationship between the executive and the legislature. But in spite of that, that doesn't take away the fact that the assembly has to be a watchdog on the activity of the executive, which we have been doing brilliantly well. I remember brilliantly well.
To your mind,
Yeah.
there are accusations, there are allegations that look, the Oyo State Assembly has been a rubber stamp assembly.
It depends on their interpretation of being a rubber stamp or not. When you are a rubber stamp and there's been overall development in every part of the state, you are a rubber stamp, you can boast your chest that your people at home are enjoying the dividend of democracy. You are a rubber stamp. Passionately within yourself, you know the number of influence you've had on your constituents. You did number of people you have been able to engage, gainfully employ. You know the number of state projects that have been facilitated to your constituency. So why not continue being a rubber stamp?
So, young man, that's been a good rubber stamp.
That is an excellent rubber
perhaps,
stamp.
Objectively, that doesn't mean that you are a rubber stamp.
No. That was why I said being a rubber stamp depends on their own interpretation of rubber stamp. We've had it in Oyo State in the past where the culture and the norm was exchange of chairs, booming of gum, attack by Thursday, that the state hardly sits, the house hardly sits, and there was no development everywhere in the state. And that was between 2005 to 2007. We all remember what happened then when there was a breakdown of mutual cooperation between the executive and the legislature. Are we praying for such again?
There was illegalities, then there was shenanigans.
No. Nobody will pray for that. Now we have a government that enjoys the support of legislature, and the entire people are good for it. The entire state are good for it.
You have a government that has the support, that enjoys the support.
The cooperation of the executive.
The legislature now, is it at what cost? Is it that there is a personal gains to you members as members of the Oyo State House of Assembly? Personal gains.
I can tell you this for free. Our assembly is one of the I don't want to use a negative language. It's one of the assembly that has a very poor remuneration.
Poor remuneration.
But it's our sacrifice. It's part of our own sacrifice for the development of the state. There was even a time we gave part of our own salary to the state, especially during COVID-19. We give 30% of our income to the state collectively. That was our own support.
So the mega amount.
Exactly. Yeah. Because our intention is to have a state that we can proudly beat our chest that this state is better than the way we met it.
You've not been getting SUVs for free. You've not been getting money in your bank account.
We know.
Prayers in your account.
Look.
In your mailboxes.
By the time we want to compare our assembly
from the
with other assembly. Look, let me tell you something. By the time we want to compare our assembly with other assembly, the governor will ask us, what are the capital projects all those states are embarking on? What is the feeling of the grassroots of the people of those states towards the governance in that state? Is there any synergy between government and the grassroots in those states? But these are what we enjoy. We can boldly walk to any part of the state without any fear of molestation or attack because we know the state is performing well. Is that not enough for us? That one is better than being personally enriched, and I cannot walk free among my people. People will be asking me questions I cannot answer. No. What we are enjoying is better than gold and silver. We enjoy people acceptability everywhere. Oh, these are honorable in Oyo State. Oh, you are doing well. Is that not enough?
Well, we understand that cordial relationship is expected, and we must accord respect to those deserving in our society, especially as outlined in the Constitution. The executive governor of Oyo State, His Excellency Engineer Seyi Makinde, deserves our collective respect, even as members of the Oyo State House of Assembly as well. The leadership of the House also deserves some level of respect. But there is this allegation or accusation, it's been rumored and it has gone viral, that it appears that the executive arm, they've submerged the state legislature to the extent that you call the governor daddy. That is the allegation, that you call him daddy, and whatever he says is final. You've accorded sometimes undue adulation and praises.
I don't know.
I'm not giving you the.
I don't know.
To also speak.
I don't know where. I don't know where you find that. And Adibin, you have been a frequent comer to the assembly, you will have know what really happen or what usually happen in the State Assembly. I remember last time the governor came to deliver a state address. You will see the way our people will be talking, agitating about things that concern their constituency.
Mm.
Where will you find somebody will be saying no, 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 no? Those are personal sentiments being illustrated by the enemy of this state. But no, look,
try to play politics with that.
that is just it. When you are saying politics, when you are saying politics, look, it comes in different manner from different quarters. Look, some people can play politics with anything.
Mm.
Look, I can tell you for free that the state government and the executive member, they know that anything that is not normal, the State House Assembly will not concur with it. We have to do things normally. We ask questions. We ask questions, intimidating questions. Come one of these days that the governor is in the assembly chamber. Come and see the exchange of interaction between us and the excellency. You will see the people will be agitating, will be submitting about the things that concern their constituency without any fear of the presence of the governor.
Mm.
Of course, we respect the governor, fine. We respect him, fine. He deserves our respect. We do that excellently well. But that doesn't take away that we have a responsibility to perform to the people who elected us here.
Good. The issue of 300 billion naira loan approved by the State House of Assembly. It was said that it was already done in secrecy, without due process, and all of that. Is that an indication that there is a crack within the Oyo State House of Assembly?
No.
A member representing Shaki West raised the alarm. Is that an indication there is a friction crisis and the House is filled with commotion?
If you are talking of crack or friction, we are talking of a House of 32 members, and just a single member is raising something out of nothing.
Raising something out of nothing?
Something out of nothing.
Explanation.
Which explanation? Which explanation?
The members were not duly informed.
Who other member concur with him that they were not duly informed? We have 32 members.
You question the rationale behind even the approval?
No, because he was not even in the country when the correspondent came to the assembly. Adibe, he was around, he would have known the rationale behind the granting of the loan. This loan, for crying out loud, was meant for infrastructural expansion around the state. Some of the projects that were listed in the request is Ongo Ibadan Circular Road 110 kilometer, Saki Ogboro Igboho Road, where that state honorable came from. Ogboro Agbanle Road, Ido Irua Road. Can anybody? No, I don't want to use that language, but no honorable that has connectivity with his constituency will say no to such a request, because these are things that will bring accelerated development to the entire state. When Ogbomoso Iseyin Road was constructed, all the honorable supported it. When it is now for Ido Irua Road, so I stand up, I say no. When it is now the turn of Saki Ogboro Igboho Road, so I stand in the way of performing that project. No, it will be unfair to the people of those constituency if the assembly say no to them, because this is their turn. With half our home, Ogbomoso Iseyin Road has been completed, Oyo Iseyin Road has been completed, has connect the people of those areas together for easy accessibility of people and goods and services. And it's now for the people of Ido, Erua, the people of Saki, Ogboro Igboho Road, and then Ibadan Circular Road that will be enjoyed by everybody, that will bring accelerated development to the entire Oyo state. Who will say no to that?
So it's on.
And the duration of the loan is 22 months, which stand within the tenure of this administration.
Okay.
So the state has given its ability to repay the loan within the tenure of this administration.
There are a number of issues raised, but I want to.
And the said loan is not even 300 billion. 149 billion out of the said money is for pipe back of the existing loan that was gotten from Afrimix, that is Africa Export and Import Bank, and beside another 50 billion that was gotten from UBA. So all those ones were compounded to the Access Bank. So a new one, 151 billion naira, and the existing loan that were bought was 149 billion naira.
Honorable.
So those are the intricate that honorable doesn't understand, because he was not even in the country.
Okay, well, maybe this is the crux of the matter now. What the loan is meant for and how it will be spent. But we go to that. Are you saying that Honorable Shitu is the Lone Ranger now and perhaps maliciously playing politics with certain?
That's just it. 100% you said it. It's a Lone Ranger. No, I've confirmed it. It's a Lone Ranger on this issue. Have you seen another honorable to raise objection to what transpired on that day? Have you seen another honorable from your state as well, assembly raising concerns about the process we use to grant that loan? No, it is not the first.
The process credible.
Very, very credible. Very. Look,
there was no involvement.
No. Maybe you don't know. No. Maybe you don't know. This thing, we just passed the supplementary budget just 2 months ago, and in the supplementary budget, it was included that the state is getting some additional loan before the end of the year to complete the ongoing projects, which were all highlighted in the supplementary budget. And this particular loan was mentioned. So when the request came, the something that has been passed in the supplementary budget, do we still need to call Eddie or any expert about that? And these are the roads that we all know of. Who doesn't know about the Circular Road in Oyo State? Who doesn't know about the Idoiruwa Road? Who doesn't know about the Sake Ogboro Igboho Road? Do we need the service of any expert before we know that those roads are all important to the development of Oyo State?
Well, thank you for that clarification. It's a very good.
And the duration is 22 months, which fall within the tenure of this administration.
Government is
and the percentage is one of the competitive the interest was one of the competitive interest that can be gotten anywhere presently, which is 22.something%, 20.something%.
All right, Honorable, should we at all times go about borrowing? Because some have said the Oyo State House of Assembly and perhaps the Oyo State government has this penchant for borrowing.
Now, those are just political propaganda. How much has been borrowed in Oyo State? We know how much has been borrowed in Lagos State now. Lagos is the biggest economy in Nigeria. More than 70 billion has been borrowed. America, the biggest economy in the world, they are still borrowing. China is borrowing. Federal government is borrowing.
Yeah.
If you want to look, when you are talking about borrowing, you have to look at the listing for the borrowing. Is it for current expenditure or the current expenditure? Is it for capital expenditure? And all this money we are talking about is for infrastructural expansion in the states,
which will ultimately gear up the economy holistically.
Exactly. We know what we met on ground. When we came on board, the IGR of the state was around 1.6 to 1.8 billion naira. Presently, it's 6 billion naira. And the state is targeting 7.5 to 10 billion naira before the expiration of this tenure.
Are you also aware that the FERC distribution has also increased substantially?
Are you aware that the salary of workers' salary has increased substantially too?
That is obvious.
What used to complete a kilometer of road now cannot do 20% of that project now. When we came on board, when the governor was constructing Ibadan, Iseyin Road, a kilometer of road then was constructed at 150 million naira. Presently, completing a kilometer of road presently is between 1 billion to 1.2 billion naira.
Wow.
Go ahead, engineers.
A substantial
exactly
automatic
Increments everywhere. Goods and services. When we came on board 2019, price of cement was between 1,800, 2,000 naira. Presently is 10,000 plus.
Wow.
What are we saying?
The crux of the matter, should we be borrowing to repay what has been borrowed before or service a debt? I think that is the crux of the matter, where majority of those who have criticized your move and the government have said, look, it doesn't appear to make any economic sense that you are borrowing to service borrowing.
No, buy UFA. It's like you get a personal loan from the bank, and then in the course of repayment, you believe you are getting another from the sister bank with a better interest rate. It will be economically wise for you to just buy that over instead of you to be paying interest and other accumulated conditions. Just buy that one over, accumulate everything, consider to just one bank, and they get
the mixed representation.
Yeah, no. Look, these are
to repay a borrowed loan, not knowing that you are actually buying it over.
These are economic issues that some people, ordinary people may not understand, and this is where public enlightenment comes in.
And so, partners in that.
Exactly.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Honorable Sojo Ade.
This
very, very frank discussion with us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
What's your message to the people?
The people of Oyo State to continue supporting the government of Engineer Seyi Makinde. This government, we can say without any fear or doubt that is going to give them more than their expectation in overall infrastructural expansion, the development of good road network and other infrastructural expansion in the state. The civil servants, they are a testimony to good government in Oyo State, and the other populace of the state too. They need to feel the goodness and the benefit of the democratic benefit from the state, and that is why we need to expand the economic value of the state by giving us good road, create an enabling environment for the first stuff to come. Look at what we are doing at the Ibadan airport now.
Okay,
making it an international airport in order to make it easy for all those investors that are coming to make their coming to Oyo State a stress-free one. So we are doing everything. The state will do everything humanly possible to make Oyo State one of the best economy in Nigeria.
Thank you very, very much. We appreciate you once again. And thanks to you for listening to this very exclusive interview. It's been so revealing, and I think we have take home. Thank you. I remain yours faithfully, Sheil Oyelowo.